yes, you're down in a darker pit. It's darker, so you can't see some of the things that I see on the level that I'm at. So work together and listen to this constructive criticism. And don't just take it as woe is me, like my life situation is why I'm here. Exactly right. But you can literally make a choice to change it right now. So went on a little rant there, but all right, good morning, everybody. It is Kelby joined with Drew. We're here for the culture episode, core value number 9, be adaptable. Become flexible, coachable, open to criticism, humble, and take initiative. Always strive to invest in yourself in every aspect of life and don't take anything personally. Life will not get easier, but you will get better. Got anything on that right now?
I love this one. I have a friend who's, I won't name names, but they've been going through something recently that they haven't been very adaptable to. In the situation, they have their own routine. And I used to love it. Like, routines are good, but if you stick to a routine and you're not adaptable, then routines will kill you. Mm-hmm. Not physically, but mentally and emotionally, you will be drained because you don't know anything else but your routine. Routines build good discipline and habits, but if you're not adaptable to situations in your life, then you're going to fall back so far. And you think it's going to be just because life is throwing you a bad deck of cards, but you got to be adaptable to what they're throwing you and get out of your routine, change it up a little bit, but stick to your habits and stick to your discipline that you've created through that routine.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I used to never be adaptable. I mean, when change came about, I just told the story this morning to someone. When I was in the Air Force, whenever I had to change, there was multiple sections within my Air Force job. Every time I had to change a section after I just learned one, you'd stay in there for about a year, I would complain. Maybe I was immature, still young, but I would complain about everything until the day that I had a supervisor that actually cared, pulled me aside and said, "Hey, Airman Rosengarten, you complain every time you have to move sections." And it opened my eyes. I was like, wow, I appreciate that. And that's where me being coachable and open to criticism, that's part of this, is being open to criticism. I took that, and ever since that day, I've learned, I've built. Yes, I've complained. I mean, we're human. There's emotions, there's feelings that we have as humans. I get it. Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect or you shouldn't sit there and have your moments of complaining. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's how you react to circumstances and situations. Like, that's the biggest thing. I mean, we're facing this every day. You have person A over here who complains about everything, and everything is the circumstance's fault. Everything is everybody else's fault, their fault, its fault, whatever. It's never their fault. It's taking responsibility, is being adaptable, and being open to criticism is just taking that responsibility. So yeah, you have that one person that's just complaining about everything, but then you have this other person over here that's just like, all right, cool, I accept this as a challenge. Let's go. Because being adaptable is willing to learn. I mean, how else are you going to grow in life if you're not learning from the circumstance and just sitting there complaining? Yeah. I mean, we said it right there. Life's never going to get easier.
No.
You're always going to have crap thrown at you, stuff that happens to you that you think you don't deserve, or ask God, why did he let this happen? It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's your choice to become better. And we kind of just discussed before if we were going to answer the question from the guy there was someone who asked a question on one of our posts about, he was questioning his circumstances and how it's impossible. Like, you guys are privileged or this and that for his circumstances and stuff. And it's just how you react. Mm-hmm. Have you exercised every avenue possible to get out of the situation you don't want to be in right now? So that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good situation. I like that people are starting to gauge a little bit on Facebook. And a thing I heard yesterday when we were discussing with this person, I heard someone say that if there's 10 people getting chased by a tiger, you don't have to be the fastest one. You just have to be faster than the slowest. And that explains a lot, because I mean, you have to start adapting. You have to start, defending for yourself sometimes. And like you said, life is not going to get easier. The tiger is going to keep chasing people, but you have to be faster and you have to be better than the person next to you.
Yeah.
You can't just keep sticking to what you know. You have to find new ways. There's always a way. There's always a way to get out of situations.
And on top of that, I mean, you got to communicate. Don't try to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, don't put your ego aside, your pride, whatever, and just ask questions, reach out, learn from others, have a network. We've talked about that. Get mentors, network with people, so you can grow and learn from their mistakes possibly. Yes, you're going to have to experience some of this in your life, but just communicate. Be open to the criticism. If you ask a question, hey, how am I doing this? Or if someone just approaches you and says, hey, you should stop doing it that way, do it this way. Don't be like, oh no, get defensive. Now, if that person comes up and is just kind of a jerk about it and very direct and aggressive, like, yeah, I mean, that sucks to take, but you can also react to that. That's where it comes down to reacting. Can I take something from what they said and improve?
Yeah.
That's just, it's all on you on how you react. That's literally what this comes down to, is being adaptable, is how you're going to react to this situation, this circumstance that arose. And that's being humble. Like, be humble.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple as that. Just don't swallow your pride. If you think you're doing something great, but someone says, hey, do it this way, you'll do something greater. Swallow your pride, be humble, and be like, okay, let me hear you out. So that's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things for that is just being humble too. Don't take things personal. Like, that all kinds of goes hand in hand. Don't take the things personal. If someone's telling you you're doing something wrong, or you said this wrong, or don't take it personal.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I mean, think about the society we're in today. Just everybody takes it personal. Everything's personal. Everybody gets offended. It's like,
well, that's because
that's your choice.
That's because everyone's drained their dopamine into the cellular devices so long that their temper and short, what am I trying to say? They're short-tempered and
attention span.
Attention span is so short that, like, everything is so quick to reaction. They don't listen to anyone. Like, these 30-second videos, that's all they know now. They don't let the time overlapse and listen to the person that's giving them critical feedback. And I mean, critical feedback is probably one of the greatest things you can listen to and grow with.
It's a great point. Everybody is reactive based off of what we've been fed.
Yeah.
I mean, we react. There's no proactive. Being proactive is, I mean, honestly, I'm reading a book right now called Be Still, and it's about being still in God's presence. It's when you have the world in all circumstances versus God, basically. So the world is basically Satan. Satan will find any stinking way to penetrate you and make you think that this is the way. And when you get in those situations, you have to be still.
Yeah.
Be still in God's presence. Literally, just sit there, silence, ask God what it is, and he'll put it on your heart. That's what they mean by God's talking to you. When you get those gut feelings, they say, I call them God feelings now on my path that I've been. But it's just be still. Take the time. If someone comes up to you and says, you're a piece of crap, you're doing it wrong. Okay, don't react. That's all we want to do is react emotionally.
Yeah.
Once emotions get involved, the conversation is going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take a step back, walk away if you have to, respectfully say, hey, I don't want to get in this conversation right now. I need to go take my time to dissect this. That's being still. Just think about it, pray on it. Really think if there's something there for you to learn or grow from. So being adaptable is huge. And that's core value number 9 for us. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
No, I think we hit everything on the head right there.
So yeah, just always remember, life will never get easier. You will just get stronger. You'll just get better if you choose to. It all comes down to choice. I mean, the more and more I realize, and you hear people kind of woe is me type things, it's like, it really comes down to you.
Yeah. What are you doing? Like, are you staying on your phone right in the morning, or are you making your bed right away? Like, look at the small things. If you start doing the right things, life will become not easier, but more adaptable.
Yeah.
And easier to control.
Yeah.
In situations where you come up with being late all the time, like what's the reasoning for that? Why are you late? Why are you lacking in this area in your life?
I mean, You see what someone said like to us is like, you can't control your circumstances. I almost think you can control everything besides being born. I mean, maybe your early life and everything that your parents make choices for you basically is, but your adulthood, you can change your circumstances. You can change them by making different decisions years, months, days before, minutes before even. You can make a different decision. So make different decisions.
Well, especially if your life is on the line.
It's all
if
on
you're
you.
fighting every single day to survive, I feel like more people appreciate that than people nowadays just living these upper class lives. These people fighting for their lives find ways to make changes in their life.
Exactly.
These guys that get born into the hood and become NFL stars, like they didn't grow up with a great life.
Yeah. It's that victimhood mentality that everybody just wants to blame everything on everything else and everyone else. I mean, it's not going to get you anywhere. You're never going to get out of what you are in, but it's the choice. Like, yes, you and I have had a very good life. We have been raised in a great household, a great parents. We may not understand all these other lives that people have lived. So what? We know and understand that you literally have the choice today, right now, to change that circumstance. Is it going to be harder for you? Yeah. But I'll sit here and listen. I'll sympathize with you. I can't empathize with you. Like I said, we don't know all these situations. So I don't understand. And I'm sorry that I don't understand. But I'm here to listen and here to tell you there's tools in that I can provide, or we can provide, or I can learn from you and hear your story and maybe help you realize, because yes, you're down in a darker pit. It's darker, so you can't see some of the things that I see on the level that I'm at. So work together and listen to this constructive criticism, and don't just take it as woe is me, like my life situation is why I'm here. Exactly right. But you can literally make a choice to change it right now. So went on a little rant there, but
yeah, if people are on Facebook and stuff like this, if you have access to the internet, there are so many ways to create a new life.
Dude, if you have breath in your lungs, if you're waking up, you have life. There is a purpose for you to be here still.
Yeah.
That means it's not over.
Yeah.
There is a way out there, as hard, as much as you have to do it, whatever the work you have to do. If you do not like where you're at in your life right now, do everything possible. If you have a family you got to take care of, if you want something different than what you're in right now, freaking find a way to do it.
And Andy Frisella said it is a whole lot easier nowadays with the technology we have to change your life around than it was 20 years ago.
It's really a cop-out.
Yeah.
It's an excuse. And again, I'm not trying to say it's so easy for me, because it is easier for me. It is easier for us. It's easier for other people than it is for other people, but you still have a choice.
Yeah.
Are you going to sit there and stay a victim for the rest of your life, or are you going to start changing it?
Yeah.
Because it is all up to you.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all we got. I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys can follow us on all the social media platforms. Ask us questions. Engage with us. We enjoy doing that. We want to help, and we also want to learn. We want help where we can get help. I mean, we say this over and over, beating a dead horse. We're not where we want to be, but as a community, as a network, as we get engagement, we can all grow together. So just follow us on all the social media platforms. You can, on YouTube, watch the videos. You can watch us here right now in the flesh. And then also, if you want to email us, it's Kelby or Drew at armcoreinc.com. You can ask us questions there. You want to add anything?
Let's grow. Share the show.
You changed it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep
See you
people
later.
awake.